Hello, good morning students. Today I am going to discuss about structures in C, one of the topic of our unit number 5, which I am going to demonstrate today as a part of this presentation. But first of all, I would like to thank Dr. M. A. Java Madam for providing me this particular PowerPoint presentation based on these structures. So let us start with our presentation. In this case, first of all, I would like to discuss about contents, definition of structure, declaration of structure, initialization of structure, declaration of structure variables and accessing members, declaration of union and accessing members, array of structures and uses of structures. Then based on this, at the end of this session, as a learner you will be able to understand what exactly structure, then how you can create applications using structures and applications of structures in your computer environment. So first of all, let us understand why use structures. My dear friends, suppose you want to store data about a book. So when I'm saying a book, what exactly data associated with the book? Book may come with its name, book may come with its price details, the number of pages in it, as well as author, publishers and even publication years and so on. So in that case, suppose I would like to store name of the book, price of the book and number of pages. So how we'll save the name in C programming? We can have one variable which is of maybe type string or character which will store the name of the book. Another variable will take which will be of type float. Price may be in the float form, that's why I'll say it's a float, and I'll create one integer variable which will count the number of pages or which will give us the number of pages in that book. So we'll have name as a string, price as a float and number of pages as an integer variable in that case. So it's okay if I want to store a single book information. What I will do, I will read the name of that book, I will get the price from the user as well as number of pages from the user. But suppose if I want to store 3 such books information, then what can we do? Yeah, already you have been studied one of the way to store the same kind of data in a continuous manner using arrays. So what can you do? You can have individual arrays, one for storing name of the books, one for storing the prices and another for storing your number of pages, right? So names will be of same type, so they will be stored in one array. Then prices will be of same float type, so they will be stored in one array, and pages will be of integer type, so they will be stored in one of the array. So what it is, here we are getting an idea. Array is a collection of same data type together. It may be 10, it may be 1000, it may be lakhs, no issue, but they are of same type. Maybe we can say integer only, float only, or we can say character only. And the second approach that we are going to see with the help of structure. So how to use a structure variable. So my dear friends, before moving ahead, I would like to say that structure is also one of the data type in your C programming. So you know the standard data types in C programming, right? What are those? Like integer, float, double, then character and so on, that you know very well. So let us see how to create a program for storing the 3 books information using arrays. So this is our first approach, where I am showing you a program which use arrays to store the book information, right? Where I am starting with our C programming. Initially in this main function I am declaring one of the array to store the name, a character array, then prices to store that price array to store the price of books, and integer array to store the number of pages, right? See, then I'll just give one message to the user, printf, enter the names, then book prices and number of pages of how many books? 3 books, right? Then we know that this is a repetitive task to get the information about name, price and number of pages. So I'll make use of for loop for I is equal to 0 as initialized condition, then I less than or equal to 2, where it is your test expression to see that whether you have been entered all the 3 books information or not. Then update statement or increment operator as I++. Then using scanf, and inside that we are writing in double quote the format specifier for each of these data type. Name is character, so it comes with %c. Price is your of float, so it comes with %f, and pages with %d. And we know that these details with the help of scanf we can access with the help of data access operator, that is our uppers and. So uppers and name, but at which location I'm going to store? So name of I. So at maybe 0th location, first location and second location we are going to store data in an array. So it is given in square bracket I. Similarly it is applied for price and pages. And once it is stored, I'm going to display it with printf. So I will just put one printf, and this is what you entered. Again with the help of for loop I am able to print the information. So you know the use of printf function. So by writing this way, for how many books you are going to store the information? 3 books, right? So your information for 3 books can be stored in this way. So when you will run this program, you will be able to see that first enter names, prices and number of pages of 3 books message will be displayed. Then you will be enter one by one your book name. Currently I am giving book name as a character only, like A. Then price as like 100.00, then number of pages as 354, like this. The book information for all 3 books are entered here, and then with the help of printf I have been just printed the same information. Okay, so what you can do, you can practice for this program. Here I have been taken it for 3 books. So as an assignment, what you have to do, you have to store the book information, but not for now book. You are going to store the animal information for 10 animals. For how many animals? 10 animals. And you have to decide the name of the or type of animal, then number of legs, then food habitat of that animal. Like this you can take certain attributes and you have to submit that assignment. Okay, so this will be your one of the assignment I am giving here in this video, and you have to submit it once you see this video within next 2 days. Okay, see then what happens in this approach. This approach allows you to store names, price and number of pages using what? 3 different array. One will be for name, one will be for prices, and one will be for your number of pages. So the program becomes more difficult to handle as the number of items relating to the book go on increasing. So what exactly items means? Attributes. If I want to store book information, where for example we would be required to use a number of arrays. So if you want to store the name of publisher, date of purchase of book, then publication year, like this, then definitely the number of arrays are going to increase and it creates a problem to handle them. So to solve this problem, C programming has been given us a special data type, and that data type is our structure. So our further journey will start here to demonstrate the structure as a data type in your C language. So I think you got first point. Structure is one of the data type in C language. Again I am saying, what is the difference between now structure and your array? So first of all, let us define array once again. Array is a collection of same data type grouped together, whereas a structure contains a different data types which are grouped together, and these data types may or may not be of the same type. So now you can understand. I will give the simple example. Array means what? Array is like what you do. You are just, suppose I am saying you want to bring something from the market. Okay, imagine you are bringing the vegetable. Then what you will do, you will have suppose different bags. Okay, one bag will be for chili, one bag will be for fresh green vegetable. You can keep one bag will be for potatoes, one bag will be for onions. So like this, what is it? These all are the different vegetables. Okay, potato only in potato bag, onions only in onion bag, like this. So they are of same type and stored only in one bag. So how many bags will be there with you? Maybe 4 or 5 bags together you are bringing. So each bag contains different, we can say, details together. Now instead of that, okay, if I'll take the example for structure, just take an example of your college bag. Okay, so what happens in your college bag? You can put pencil, you can put pens, you can put your notebooks, you can have your books, even you can have your bus pass, you can have your mobile memory bank, like this. So what are these are the different types, different datas that you are carrying together in a single college bag. You are not maintaining separate bag for pens, separate bag for pencils, like this. So that is a way, or we can say this is a perfect analogy for your structure. I think now you got the point. Array is a collection of same data type, whereas structure contains number of data types together. They are of different types. So thank you very much for attending this session. In the next session, I'm going to talk in more depth about structures.